Good evening, everyone, and happy July. I hope you all had a wonderful July 4th weekend. We are going to go ahead and get right into this tonight. I've got a lot for you to share. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm Sandy McClure. I am an executive consultant out of Colorado, but I happen to be in Florida this evening, awaiting the birth of my grandchild. And so we are still on hold here, and it's a great thing to have. I just wanted to introduce myself and give you a little bit of background on me of why activation means so much to me. It was 10 years ago this month that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And this was long before I knew anything about activation. But I will tell you that the whole reason I present this to you is because I want you to know that after going through something like that, it's you're very careful about the things you put in your body. There's very few things that you trust. And I have to be assured that I know what I'm putting in my body is safe, that I know it's of good quality, and that it's making a difference to the longevity of my life. And I was introduced to LifeVantage. It was 6 years ago, last month, that I was introduced and I first started on Protandim. And I had some pretty compelling results with that, but it was not for this, it wasn't taken lightly. I made sure that I did my due diligence. So when people ask me, if they can look into it and research it, I'm saying by all means, please do that. I really get excited when people do that. But this was me sitting in the chemo chair in 2015. And then after I went through cancer, I actually got breast implant illness. And this was these were a few of the pictures that I had going into getting those implants removed. They were absolutely toxic to me, as you can see. And this was the morning of my surgery here, this little picture right here. And this was the evening of that surgery. So that just shows how toxic those implants were to me. And again, I was not activated at that time. It was the next month. This was April of 2016, no, 2019, that I got those implants out. And I started getting activated in June of 2019. So it's very important that you know I'm not claiming to cure, treat, or mitigate any disease condition. But what these products do is support a healthy lifestyle, and I'm going to share a little bit more about that with you. We have a whole range of products, but I'm really going to focus on our activators tonight. We could be on here all night long, but I think it's really important that you understand I'm bringing you here to give you information about the impact that these products have. And I kind of weave my story in so you know that again, it takes a lot for someone to convince me, but I do want you to know that a good portion of the consultants in this company are wellness professionals. And by that, I mean they're doctors, but I call them wellness professionals. They're not the type that are illness professionals. They want people to get well. They don't want people to stay ill. And so there are so many consultants who have put their stamp on this and put their good name behind our products that it's just an absolute no-brainer to do this. This is something, we have a great visionary leadership in our company. It's a strong company, 18 million in the bank. And so we are debt free, highly recognized in several periodicals and magazines. And we're accredited by our peers. You're going to find out a little bit more about that. And we are also publicly traded on the NASDAQ. So there's complete financial transparency, which is something very rare that you find in network marketing. And you may wonder, one of the first questions I asked myself was, why would such a product like this, so good, be in network marketing? It's because no one really knew about it until this happened. The ABC Primetime Investigative Report in June of 2005. And if you have not yet heard this report, you need to ask the person who invited you, please send me that ABC Primetime report so I can watch this. You guys, it's really old school, but nothing changes. The message still stays the same. And what happened is ABC Primetime went in to debunk LifeVantage's claims on what it was claiming about the NRF2 product, our flagship product. And what they found is it proved them wrong. They go in to investigate people to expose them, and we were right on point of what we were saying. And so that was in 2005. And then after that show aired, people stopped talking about it, and nobody knew how to talk about it on the shelves of GNC or those other wellness stores. And so they needed people like me and many others who are passionate about what these products do to go out and tell the story of LifeVantage and to get this product in people's hands. And I am so grateful for that, is because I was praying for something like this. You saw the pictures. I needed something to help me get past all of the things that had happened to me with chemotherapy and those toxic implants. And so this has just set me on a journey that I never knew I would feel this good again. And I just feel like I have to share that with you. So the question, and especially on the flyer, that I want to answer tonight is, people say, what is activation? What do you mean by that? And it is not supplementation. The supplementation, I firmly believe there's a place for it. That is filling in nutritional gaps. Supplement means to provide something in addition to, okay, filling in the nutritional gaps. But to activate, when we're talking about activating, we can turn up or turn down the balance of the gene processes in our body to create vibrant health and getting down to that cellular level, that root cause. And that's where a lot of people, we're not a Band-Aid. A supplement, again, is in addition to, but it doesn't get to the root cause of why we might be feeling the way that we are. And so this is not supplementation. This is activation. While we do have a few supplements, we are really firmly into activation. We are the only activation company out there. And what, again, let's talk about it. We take it to make it. With our Protandim NRF2, our flagship product, this one, we take our NRF2 capsule, or when we take that pill, it's not a capsule, we're with 5 natural ingredients, our body goes to work making its own antioxidants. 1,000,000 to 1. That's 1,000,000 times more powerful than any supplement out there. Our bodies are designed to naturally do that, but over time that depletes. And so when we take that yellow pill, it goes to work making those antioxidants, just like our bodies were able to do when we were first born. It also, it's not on here, but it also increases that glutathione by 300%, you guys. And that's an amazing thing to be able to claim that we do. So all of our products, we do have the science backing. They are not just studied, they are proven. And I'll be talking to you about that a little bit more. But fighting that oxidative stress, you guys, that's important. Oxidative stress, I want you to remember this, if you remember nothing else from tonight. Oxidative stress leads to disease, okay? Every single disease is caused by oxidative stress. Every condition is caused by oxidative stress. Our product is proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in a minimum of 30 days and more over time. So why wouldn't we want to take something that is proven to reduce something that could give us disease and conditions? For me, I will never miss a day. Okay? What I was talking about before, it's really important that you know the validity of this. Again, when people say they want to research it, I'm like, yay, thank you for saying that, because we have all of these independent researchers. We have now over 30 peer-reviewed studies and journal publications. When you go to pubmed.gov, you can search Protandim and you will see those. But we have very, very many. All of these institutions have heard about Protandim, and they go in and they spend their money. This is not money that LifeVantage spends. It's their money researching these products. And guys, I know that Big Pharma has tried to replicate what Protandim NRF2 does, and it hasn't happened since 2005. You can very well best believe that if it could be replicated, it would be. This is a patented product, and no one else has what we have. Those are some of the institutions, and let's talk about Louisiana State University. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but I'm going to read that last sentence. Again, this is a peer-reviewed study. Therefore, these results suggest that Protandim not only suppresses tumor formation, but also mechanistically modulates pro-inflammatory signaling and the immune response via gene transcription. So there is the study out of Louisiana State University. I think it's really important that you go read that. It's pretty incredible. Just like anything that we have, I'm going to leave it at that. It is a skin cancer study, and I think that you all need to know about that, okay? Another one, if we take a look at Washington State University, this is a pretty amazing claim. Health effects of NRF2, which may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine, by Washington State University. Guys, these are again proven studies, and we don't have, we don't have to know all about what that entails, other than the fact what's behind these products and who's endorsing them. Take a look at all of those institutions. And here's one of my favorite from the National Institute of Aging, you guys. This is the only nutritional, and they call it supplement, the only activator or supplement tested that has been proven. This is the only one in the world to increase the median survival in mice, thus delaying the aging process by 7 years. So this gives us healthy longevity for 7 years. And you might say, well, that's on mice. Guys, mammals are mammals. That's what you have to remember. And so probably not very many people are going to go in and do that study if it was going to deplete their lives. So we have this as well. All of these studies can be found again on PubMed. And it's interesting to me that nobody's ever been able to replicate this, and no one ever will. Okay, so I just love sharing this story, and I just got a message from, this is little Oakley, and she is now 5 years old, and her mother reached out to me in 2024, in February or March of 2024, and Oakley happens to be on the call tonight. She looks amazing. She slept in her own bed now for 5 nights, I believe it is now, because she started on Sunday. She sleeps with a little 4 or 5. She sleeps with a blanket and a little stuffed bear that I gave her. And she feels really good. She was able to go on vacation this summer. And normally it's always very trying for their family. It always has been. You take a look at those pictures on the left compared to what they are now. And I think they're probably even better now. She was able to swim and be in a hot tub for the first time in her life. And I'll tell you what, you guys, it's amazing what is done for the whole dynamic of that family. Oakley, we sure love you, and we're so glad that you feel better. And I know that I have to tell you, when her mother first reached out to me, I cried. Literally, just thinking back to it, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't imagine having to deal with this. And then what her mother was going through too. So you see pictures of Oakley, but what you don't see is how the whole family has been impacted by this in such a great way. And Kylie was losing her hair, Oakley's mom. She was depressed. I mean, who wouldn't be? She was sleep deprived and all the things. And her mother is a picture of health now. And so activation has really done so much for them. And you guys, that's what makes what I do just so great. And she just happened to see a post that I did on social media. God is good and leads us in directions. When you feel that nudge, you need to follow. This is just one of many stories of what activation can do when we're going the natural route. And believe me, it wasn't just this, but Kylie, Oakley's mom, was a valiant fighter for her daughter, and it was totally well worth it. And so then we go into this again. We don't claim to cure, treat, or mitigate disease, but we have a whole range of products now. It all started with that flagship product, NRF2. We have another product I'd like to highlight tonight. Speaking of children, we have a product called Axio, and it is a nootropic like brain food. And we always take a practical tip here: ditch the energy drinks and drink Axio instead. It's a brain messenger, but it activates your mental clarity and focus, powers your brain and body, and supports positive mood on top of so many other things. And if it were me, I have people ask me all the time, is this okay to give to my child? I think that should be a parental decision. I see a lot of children drinking soda pop, and if that is okay with you, I don't understand why this would bother you. Again, all natural flavors and colors, and it's nothing but good for you. Let's talk a little bit about what it did for this child. If you can take a look on the left, before NRF2 and Axio, and after 1 week, it's the same child and the same just writing the spelling words just like that. And so we have stories upon stories of this, again, dialing them in. If it was up to me, every school would start with every child having an Axio before they start their day, of getting them dialed in. We have a lot of professional athletes who drink this prior to a workout, football players and things for that agility and dialing them in as well. Sandy McClure drinks it every single day. That's what gets me revved up. It's like Windex for my brain, and I absolutely love it. And I love the taste as well. This is what I drink. I've never been a coffee drinker, so this is my go-to to get me that zippity doodah. But it never gives me that upper rush, and it never gives me a crash. The Healthy Glow Essentials, guys, this is another activator that we have. It's our liquid collagen that was released in 2022. It's an amazing product. I had just had knee surgery right before this was released, and on my knee surgery, I was able to have full range of motion in 3 weeks because of, I would say, because of being fully activated and starting the collagen. So combined with Protandim, the liquid collagens creates the Healthy Glow Essentials. So this with the NRF2, it activates, so we call it, it arms us. It activates, replenishes, and maintains our body's own natural collagen for skin and joints, among other things. Guys, our gut health, really improving that gut lining. It significantly reduces cellular stress. And you know, all those people who take ice baths and cold plunges, you guys, wouldn't you rather just drink a bottle of this lovely collagen? I know I would. And Oakley, the little girl that I was talking about before, loves to drink this collagen too. My grandkids all drink this collagen, you know, maybe not on a regular basis, but they do drink this. And so it's very safe, very effective, very high quality collagen. Again, when we take it, our body goes to work making collagen, which is fabulous. Okay, I just say, you know, I could talk till I'm blue in the face, you guys, but pictures say a lot. What I love about these pictures that I'm going to be showing you is normally when people talk about their collagens and they put up pictures, it's always of young people, but I've never ever seen a collagen do this on aged people. It just blows my mind. And again, this is just on the outside. Can you imagine what's being happening on the inside? And that's what I love about this. Is my friend Ben. I met him and I know all of these people. And so again, these aren't just people who are saying they're using things, but this is Ben's use of collagen and NRF2 as well. And again, real people, real results with that pigmentation and just that smooth skin. So again, I can tell you, but I can prove it here. This is my friend Betty. There's a picture of us on the right to prove that she is a real person. I met her and her results are amazing. She's got an amazing story. Her life is hard, you guys. She takes care of 2 people who are very dependent on her, and you can tell how hard her life is. She's worked hard all of her life, but this is just like giving her life back and giving her vibrancy. She's a beautiful human inside and out, and now she believes that. So I love that story. Another product that just came out recently is our True Science True Renew, our whole skincare line. If you want to pick up a healthy glow, I'm telling you to go ahead and try this collagen and the NRF2, but then pick up this very affordable but amazing skincare line. And this True Renew is better than retinol. I know that a lot of people love the retinol, but there's a lot of negatives to retinol. This is a very natural, very clean and safe, better than retinol alternative, and you can see the difference. I am 61 years old and I just feel like my skin is very smooth. I've never had Botox, any of that. So again, it's clinically proven to tackle 11 visible signs of aging, and you can see a difference in this minimum is 21 days. It could be very much quicker than that. Again, it's for the appearance of fine line and wrinkles, but you will notice that it just really accentuates the jawline and such. This is my sister. So again, someone I know. She started the skincare on February 1st of 2024, and by June, those are her results, and that is amazing. And so she used the regular, our older version of the skincare at first, and then in March and April, she started using the new skincare, which includes the product I just showed you on the prior screen, and this is what she looks like now. Okay, and even better now. She's been on it for longer, but these are the pictures that she took for me. And I would tell you, if you're going to be activated, it doesn't matter if you're doing skincare or just NRF2, I want you to take pictures of yourself. You will be blown away at how your skin looks, your hair looks, even with just NRF2, and the reduction of inflammation. Okay, the last product that I'm going to highlight tonight, we have a whole bunch, and I'd love to give you the whole range, but we just came out with a GLP-1 activator in October, and a GLP-1 is a hormone that we all have, okay? It's a peptide in our bodies. We all have that, but again, it depletes over time, and especially if we're getting the injections of the agonists out there, the artificial GLP-1. It's not GLP-1 that you're putting in your body. It actually depletes your own GLP-1. And once you go off of that, bad things happen. Even bad things happen in the meantime to some people, many people, most of the people that I've talked to. And so this is a natural activator for your own GLP-1. So you take this system, you take those 2 capsules in that powder. It's 4 scoops of the powder daily, and your body goes to work making or enhancing that GLP-1 hormone in a study, it's over 200% in 12 weeks that it has activated that GLP-1, you guys. That is quite amazing and something we are so proud of. And so again, I can show you, but what happens when you take this product? Those hunger pains go away. That food noise goes away. If you know anything about that, for me, it was the pockets of frustration of the, I don't like to call this a weight loss product. I like to call it a fat loss product, but it's also a lifestyle accentuator so that you are making sure that you're eating eating well. I mean, getting rid of the crud that you're eating, but this is going to help you with making better choices with food, making sure you're hydrated, making sure that you're moving your body. And you can see all different shapes and sizes of people in these pictures, men and women both, but they're all having a different experience depending on their body. So when you take the GLP-1 activator, it's going to go to work first where it needs to go to work in your body. And that may be weight loss, that may be fat loss, or it may be accentuating some other hormones. Every person is different. And the only thing that I can strongly recommend to you is being realistic with your expectation and giving it time, at least 1 month for every decade you've been alive before you think it's not working, because we have numerous people here on the call tonight. Some of them are in the pictures who can flat out tell you, and please feel free to share in the chat, that this has made a significant difference in their lives. And I know Lee Eastwood's on here, and she said it perfectly. I'm so glad that my body still trusted me after years, decades of not treating it right and trying everything. And she has lost over 25 pounds and many, many inches. And she is, and that's just since, that's just over 9 months, I believe, or maybe even not quite 9 months, but she's not looking back. That isn't something that she lost and she's looking to find again. And so there's even more of these products, or more of these stories. This is my niece, Sarah. Everything just clicked for her in March, and you can see this was in June, and she looks even better now. She just got back from a trip to Jamaica, and she looks amazing. I saw her at a family reunion, and I just could not believe it. So seeing these pictures is one thing, but seeing these people in person, you guys, it's really crazy. This is Sandy. This is me. This was me a year ago in May, and this was me in December, and here's me today. Okay, and I don't know if you can see me very well, but I feel amazing. Again, I just feel like I don't have that inflammation, and again, those pockets of frustration, those are exact same jeans, the exact same shirt. It just looks a little bit different. It fits a little bit better. So this is my daughter, Morgan. She's due to have her baby any day now, and we are so excited. This is her on with her first baby and her husband, Ben. She is fully activated with all of our products, and she's also using the GLP-1 system, not to lose weight, but for the balance of hormones and all the things. And you can just tell the inflammation difference in her body. I will tell you that her husband, Ben, is on this product, and he looks amazing. Like his muscle memory and everything is so good. They're the picture of health. Here's Morgan on the left, and now her first pregnancy, if you can tell in her face, and this is her now. And it's just amazing to me that puffiness that you see a woman who's about ready to deliver a baby. And so again, would I recommend Morgan take this if I knew it was going to hurt that grandbaby? No, I would not. So these products are safe. And again, it's up to you. If I were to ask Morgan, did you ask your doctor? She says, I know more about my body than my doctor does. I will make my decisions for myself. So anyway, one thing that I wanted to share with you guys is we just came out with a new stack. If that's something that you're interested in, that mind body system. We have an amazing stack that also includes fat burn, and that's a product I didn't touch on, but when you take that product, it goes to working on that visceral fat in your body, the fat around your organs, and you automatically burn 181 calories just by taking those 2 capsules every day. Okay, I'm not trying to tell you it's magic beans in a bottle, but that is actually going to happen for you. And what we're seeing is a significant reduction of that belly waist, and people are really noticing that. My sister that I showed you earlier, she is a very thin person, but she had this stubborn belly fat, and it has gone completely away. This stack also includes the NRF2, and here's the kicker, you guys, a free NAD, Protandim NAD, to get that autophagy out of your body, to give you, this is like having intermittent fasting in a bottle. All of the benefits of intermittent fasting happens with NAD. So you could take that without having to go through all of the things that you have to go through when you do the intermittent fasting, okay? And then the stack as a subscriber, guys, if you're paying retail or one-time orders, $306.25, that's what you'll pay. If you love spending money, then go ahead and do that. Or you could become a subscriber, and you can change that subscription, cancel it, or change it at any time. I recommend that you just set it back a few months instead of cancel, because you also earn rewards on that. If you were to cancel that subscription, then you would lose those rewards. But you will be able to earn those. You guys, this is an amazing, amazing deal. And if you're a brand new customer to LifeVantage, you're also going to get an amazing free hand cream. And anybody here, you could comment in the chat how much you love that hand cream. It's a mango hand cream. It's a mango scent, and it's amazing. And we can't even get that as consultants. And so that is a heck of a deal. Free shipping on your first order too. This is the time, you guys, to go ahead and get on this. And we have an amazing community of coaching that anybody in here could tell you. We are learning so much, and it's not just about products, it's about lifestyles and exercise and those things. So if you're talking with somebody in our organization, you get to be part of that for free. That coaching comes for free. Okay. We also have this price, which is $245. That's what I get it for as a consultant. If you were going to become a new consultant today, you would get a free enrollment with this. So this whole pack, $245 plus your free enrollment. And if your enroller, the person who invited you, has a 10% coupon, you can use that as well. So be asking about any coupons that they might have for you, but this is the extra part of that. What I say, what else we can activate, you can actually activate your bank account. This is what Bo and Callie Coley have done. It pays you to share your passion. And so they earned a $300 bonus in May, in addition to regular commissions, just by telling people what they did and how they can get it. Because when you look at them, you're going to say, my goodness, what are you doing? And how do I get that? There is just something about the glow of activation that really, really attracts people. And that is something you need to be prepared for when people see you, especially if they haven't seen you for a while, is what are you doing and how do I get that? If you can get good at answering that question and use the resources that you have to answer that, you can not only pay for your products, but you can earn some extra income. And I don't know what looks good for you. And this is just an extra part of it. Nobody has to do this. We're not telling you, but I would be doing a disservice if I didn't tell you that there was an opportunity in this. I don't know, if you go to a restaurant or a movie theater, if you recommend that restaurant or you recommend a movie, do those people pay you? No, but if you recommend this product and somebody gets on it and you give them your link, LifeVantage is going to pay somebody. They might as well pay you. And for me, it's an easy thing for me to share because I am so passionate about it. My whole family is activated and I love it. These are the median incomes, and I can tell you that these are real. But just to get to, to what would an extra $444 do for you a month? For a lot of people, that's a life-changing goal, and that's a very doable thing to get a senior consultant one. We're here to help you do that if that's something that you want to do. What happened for me is I got on these products, I could not help but share them, and so I get paid very well for sharing what I know. And again, it all depends on how hard you're going to work, how many conversations you're going to have, because it takes people to order products. But I will tell you this, that you're going to feel the same way too if you've never done this. If you get these products in your body, the only way to completely understand the passion that I'm talking about is to experience what I'm talking about, and then you'll never be able to shut up about it. And the best part about that is, I don't know about you and I don't know what your job does, but you're able to earn trips. We're going to be going to Alaska next month just because we shared some of these products. There's training involved. They do lots of incentives where you get to go and get Tiffany jewelry. Here's another thing that really excites me. I got to go to Africa in February with my daughter Morgan on the dime of LifeVantage on an African safari. This was amazing to me. It was a great experience. She was able to see a elephant and a baby elephant nursing, and being a pregnant mom, she just lost it with all the hormones. But it was a beautiful thing to see, just being able to experience something like that. And so we never ever dreamed that we would be able to do that. It happened for us, and it can happen for you. Again, we're proof that it can. The next trip that's out there for us is Thailand, but there's also going to be a trip announced in 2 days that any person in LifeVantage can get, and it's the most doable trip ever. So if this is something that you think that you'd like to be passionate about, please talk to the person who enrolled you. You don't have to do this. We've given you the full menu. You pick from the menu what you want. The most important thing is that these products are here. You have something that nobody else has. We are the activation company, and no one else has what we have. And so get back with the person who invited you here, whether you just get in where you fit in, whether you want to become a retail customer and pay money you don't really need to pay, subscriber where you're going to save money and still get great products and earn rewards. You can become an affiliate or business builder. Just get back to the person who brought you here to get started today. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great evening.